Thank you. I now recognize Mr. Pascrell from New Jersey.
Morning, Mr. Chairman. Nice day in the neighborhood again. I believe that this hearing is based on an entirely false premise. Do you want me to believe that the retiree, male or female, sitting in wherever he lives in the United States of America, is not concerned as much about whether he's going to wake up to have his house under him tomorrow morning when he sees the glaciers melting? That has nothing to do with retirement. That's what we're talking about. We're not saying that the investment should not be reasonable, thought out. I'm saying today, this is what I personally believe, that the factors that we're talking about as if they're something from Mars, happening here right now, been happening, whether it's the environment, whether it's social factors, and whether it's whatever. Fiduciaries are obligated to act in the best financial interest of beneficiaries. We all know that. This is not grade school here. There's no evidence that I've read, you can direct me, properly speaking, of environmental, social, governance factors harming investors. Now, you may not make as much if you take those factors into consideration, but that doesn't say they're irrelevant or are not as important. None of you said they're irrelevant. I'm not saying that. Sustainable investments often provide the greatest returns over the long term. This is a partisan attempt to stoke fear over a total non-issue. It is a distraction from the majority's other failures. Here's the truth. This is what I believe. This is one of the most dysfunctional and unproductive Congress in history, according to many. Democrats are protected in retirement security. You've heard about the Butch-Lewis Act. Read it. See what it says. I think it's very important to the future of what we're talking about today. I may be wrong. Show me. Democrats have protected retirement security for many, many workers. Not a single member on the other side of the aisle voted for this essential relief last Congress. It gets worse. House Republicans brought our nation to the brink of devastating default with their debt ceiling debacle. You made a deal and you couldn't keep it. You did it, not us. And now we face the same thing next week. And we're here talking about the irrelevance in investments of environment and social needs of this nation. We nearly saw retirement accounts vanish. Millions of Americans cut off from Social Security and Medicare. And the study committee of the other side, which represents 3/4 of Republicans, proposed slashing Social Security benefits by $718 billion. These are the biggest threats to America's retirement security. Democrats are building a stronger pro-worker economy. Where are they? Every job lost during the pandemic has been recovered. So the job growth is at a 40-year high. Unemployment is at a 54-year low. The economy is booming. This president never gets any credit. He never was even congratulated when he became the president. They don't even recognize him as the president. Who the hell do they think they are? We need genuine action to protect retirement. Mr. Reese, let me ask you this question. How could future legislation build upon the successes of Butch-Lewis to further strengthen retirement security?
Thank you for the question. We would like to see employers be required to contribute to their employees' defined contribution plans when the employer does not provide a defined benefit plan.
How's the tax code provide the bulk of retirement incentives to the highest earners?
The deduction you receive for contributing to a 401k plan is more valuable the more money you make.
So while we bleed, in conclusion, Mr. Chairman, while we bleed about the growing debt of this nation, we don't bleed about the growing tax cuts to the richest people in this
Gentleman's
country.
time has expired.
Baloney.
The gentleman's time has expired. I now recognize